Mr. Stamper, I'm having fun with my headlines. I need to know the exact number of survivors. Now, I'm late for a meeting. Make sure you use the right kind of ammunition.
Yes, sir.
Delicious. Mr. Wallace, call the president. Tell him if he doesn't sign the bill lowering the cable rates, we'll release the video of him with a cheerleader in the Chicago motel room.
Inspired, sir.
Excuse me.
Operation successful. They will find Elon's body in a matter of hours, and there were 17 survivors for your headlines.
Good work, Stamper. Gentlemen, hold the presses. By a curious quirk of fate, we have the perfect story with which to launch our satellite news network tonight. There's no news like bad news.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and the system is rebooting. The Matrix is trying to reject the Elon pill, so to speak. Mainstream media, in particular, media that knows or that has benefited from the left-wing bias of Twitter, continues to kick and scream and try to smear Elon Musk, try to go after sponsors. They're trying to go after now the advertisers on Twitter because they're absolute lunatics. I don't really know, what else I can say about it. These people, these corporations, they are no longer, corporations. They're like weird extra arms of the government, which is why I don't let any of them collect my data, which is why every time I'm browsing, whether it's on my phone, on my tablet, on my PC, I'm using private internet access. If you don't have a VPN yet, what it does is allow you to browse anonymously. It allows you to keep all of your data away from big tech. Private internet access has a strict no logs policy. It's 100% open source. It's super easy to configure. And it's the one that I use. Everyone should be using a VPN. The one I use is private internet access, and they are giving you, my viewers, 82% off when you use the link in the description or pinned comment down below. They have millions of satisfied customers. So if you don't yet have a VPN, make sure you get private internet access today. Now, Elon Musk tweets out basically this image, or I'm sorry, an article, which I know he should really be tweeting archives. Not giving CNN probably their biggest traffic day in history. He writes, "Who funds these organizations that want to control your access to information? Let's investigate," which is a play on their headline, "Brands should force Twitter to uphold content policy under Musk." Of course, then he replies with, "Sunlight is the best disinfectant." Tim Young in here with, "I'm willing to bet it's China. We need him back." Sometimes I just miss the way he says China. Talking about Trump, of course. These people are nuts. It's insane. This article is basically like begging and pleading for brands. They're trying to cancel Elon, or trying to, I don't know what the best way to describe it is, but they're trying to get his sponsors to leave and advertisers to leave. Why? Because they know. Some of the nation's biggest brands, including Coca-Cola, Disney, and Kraft, are facing calls to boycott Twitter if the company's soon-to-be owner, billionaire Elon Musk, rolls back content moderation policies limiting hate speech, which, again, is not a real thing, and election misinformation. In a letter sent to brands Tuesday ahead of the 2022 Newsfront Digital Advertising Conference, more than 24 civil society groups said marketers should secure commitments from Twitter to retain most critical policies, including on civic integrity and hateful conduct, and threaten to withdraw funding if Twitter does not comply. Well, what's hilarious to me is they'll be replaced easily by someone else. They'll be replaced by other advertisers, smaller advertisers, mom and pop shops. And like a lot of people don't know this about me, but my day job still sort of is, less now, but it always used to be, running an online advertising agency. I've worked with Fortune 500 companies. I had clients during the YouTube ad apocalypse who pulled ads because of, a phone call from the New York Times about their ad appearing on a right-wing website. And by the way, advertisers don't actually care. They care about CPA, cost per acquisition. They care about whether or not they're making money advertising on a site. That's how it should be. They don't actually care if, like, when I'm running an ad account, I'm not looking at, what specific content is appearing on a website. I'm looking at how many clicks I'm getting. Are they buying my product? Are they signing up for my newsletter? Are they downloading my app? Are they doing the action that I want them to? That's what I care about when I'm doing this type of thing. That's what most advertisers care about. Now, there are some activist brands out there, for example, like, say, Disney or something of that nature, that they might actually decide to try and pull. So, they'll always be replaced. There's always a next person in line willing to buy that ad space if the traffic is good. As top advertisers on Twitter, your brand risks association with a platform amplifying hate, health misinformation, and conspiracy theories, the letter said, adding, your ad dollars can either fund Musk's vanity project or hold him to account. This is a threat. Like, direct. Twitter didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. In an investor filing Monday, Twitter told advertisers, we have no planned changes to our commitment to brand safety, but the company cannot speculate on the changes Elon Musk may make in deals post-closing. The letter, first reported on by CNN, probably written by, urges advertisers to make their next ad deals with Twitter contingent on the changes to the platform under Musk's policy under Musk. It offers the latest examples of how some advocacy groups have leaned on the immense power of corporate speech, and specifically digital advertising, the lifeblood of many tech platforms, in an attempt to shape tech companies' behavior. It leverages years of realizations by an ad industry that brands can face reputational damage if their ads appear next to supremacist content. From who? Right? Who's the one imposing the penalty for brands having their for the crime of a brand having their ad appear on the wrong website? Who is the one imposing that penalty? That's right. It's places like CNN. That's who's imposing this quote unquote penalty. It's not their customers. CNN goes and says, oh my God, your ad's appearing on a website that we don't like, or that ran a right-wing article, or look, there are websites out there that are like legitimately full of hate. I'm not going to deny that. But these are not websites that are often seeked out by advertisers. You end up on their website you buy an advertising plan. You end up advertising on a million different websites. You don't really know each specific one at each specific moment. Tuesday's initiative bears echoes of far-reaching advertising boycott in 2020, the adpocalypse, that saw companies ranging from Adidas to Starbucks pulling their ads from Facebook. Oh, that wasn't the adpocalypse. From Facebook over what they said were failures to keep hate speech from spreading. But unlike that campaign, the groups behind Twitter's letter said advertisers have a chance to be more proactive and strategic this time. By the way, I would almost certainly bet you that they have returned to the platforms, because they always do. Because there's no way Adidas is like, hey, yeah, we're cool. We're cool. Like, we're cool not making money. We're cool with all that. As advertisers prepare to negotiate forward-looking contracts with Twitter this week during Newsfront's conference, they can preemptively protect themselves from any damage. No. Again, just because an ad appears on Twitter, how many of your customers are actually like, oh man, I guess I probably shouldn't do business with this company because they have ads on Twitter? Like 7? Tuesday's letter targeted big name advertisers as well, including Apple, Best Buy, and HBO, the last of which is owned by Warner Media, CNN's parent. Shocking. Spokespeople for the brands didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. Look, when I sign clients for an ad agency, nowadays I'm more step back. It's kind of running on its own these days, but I make strategic decisions basically only. But I don't make any promises like that. And I have had massive clients. At one point, my ad agency was managing probably close to $6 million a month in spend, $100 million a year in spend. Clients like very big clients. So, and nobody ever said, "Ooh, don't put us on a naughty website." What they said was, "Make us money." And then, if when the adpocalypse happened, they did, one particular client did stop all their ads on YouTube, or the content network, which was the network where they ended up on websites that they couldn't really pre-screen. But guess what? After a month, they were back because they have investors, boards of directors, growth goals that require advertising. But what this is CNN is basically writing this article pleading and begging advertisers to back out and hope that, they're gonna, I don't know, cancel Twitter. One of the big monetization problems of Twitter is that it relies so heavily on ad dollars. I think Elon's going to bring a very different approach to how they monetize things. And they're going to make a lot more money that is not reliant on ads. And I think he's smart enough to know that. What a wild time we're living in. I'm glad that Elon is out there. I mean, this got 300,000 likes. These are hundreds of thousands of people that now basically can say, like, yeah, we see you, CNN. We know exactly what you're doing. Now, make sure to protect your data before you log off today. Use the link in my description or pinned comment below. If you don't have VPN, I highly recommend getting one. The one I use is private internet access, and they have a massive discount going today, 82% off. It's not going to get better than that. So sign up today. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.